Since 1954, WALB has been serving South Georgia. We've shared good times and bad times, victories and tragedies. 2017 was a year of tragedy in Southwest Georgia. On January 2nd, 2017, straight-line winds roared through Albany and surrounding areas, leaving devastation in its path. Many homes were damaged, and thousands were left without power for over a week. On January 22nd, as South Georgia was starting to recover, tornadoes plowed through the area. In its wake, 16 lives were lost, and hundreds of homes were damaged. WALB was a leader in the relief efforts. Our people were on the ground, helping our neighbors get trees off their homes and out of their yards. The staff at WALB made lunches and brought them to victims and first responders after both storms. WALB produced a public service campaign entitled The Power of Can to help motivate South Georgia's recovery. We also organized the Rise Up for Recovery effort. WALB partnered with the local radio stations and the Red Cross, raising over $100,000 for the local relief effort. Everyone came together. Neighbor helped neighbor, and slowly, South Georgia started to improve. Though it was delayed due to the storms, the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration did go on. And of course, WALB was there as a major sponsor, broadcasting live from Albany State University. This event celebrates the life of Dr. King and diversity in Southwest Georgia. The program featured guest speaker Congressman Samford Bishop. Congressman Bishop is serving his 9th term in the U.S. House of Representatives. For over 25 years, WALB has produced the weekly public affairs program Dialogue. Hosted by Carla Heath Sands, Dialogue addresses both local and national minority issues. Dialogue features special guests including documentary filmmaker Clennon L. King and 6-time Olympic medalist Jackie Joyner-Kersee. To further honor South Georgia's diverse population, WALB launched Bounce TV. Bounce TV is the first African-American broadcast network. The network features movies, sports, original programming, and more. WALB reached out to local cities and chambers to broadcast our 5:30 p.m. news from their downtowns. During our Going Mobile community tour event, WALB visited 6 different cities, broadcasting live and focusing on stories from each of the communities. Crowds gathered at each location to meet our on-air personalities and watch the news live. As much as the crowds liked meeting us, we enjoyed meeting our viewers even more. WALB produced a special Going Mobile event, broadcasting the 5:30 p.m. news live from the Georgia National Fair in Perry. We showcased the history and attractions at the fair, while greeting old friends and making new ones. WALB has a long history of helping our neighbors by producing local public service announcements. This year, WALB produced PSAs for over 50 area charities, reinforcing WALB's commitment to keeping the community number one. These are some examples of local public service announcements produced by WALB to help the people of Southwest Georgia. We here at WALB go further than just producing public service announcements. The following pictures show WALB employees taking an active role serving our community. While talking about WALB's commitment to the community, it's important to note that WALB is a proud sponsor of Theater Albany, the Albany Chorale, and the Albany Symphony Orchestra. WALB produces a monthly medical show called Healthcare Today, where physicians and local health professionals enlighten the public on complex medical issues and services. Guests explain medical procedures and answer common questions so the layman can fully understand. For over 60 years, South Georgians have relied on WALB TV for live, local, late-breaking news. We produce over 27 hours of local news every week. That adds up to about 1,400 hours a year. At WALB News 10, our goal is to cover the news more completely than anyone else, on air, online, and on mobile, doing whatever it takes to report stories that affect our viewers, with up-to-the-minute coverage of breaking news, along with in-depth reports that impact our viewers' lives.
This just in.
WALB Storm Tracker 10 is the area's first and only live mobile weather lab to help keep our viewers safe with live coverage from the road. We also use Storm Tracker as a teaching tool for schools and events to show how weather affects all our lives. This year, weather really affected South Georgia due to the tragedy of the storms. WALB partnered with Publix, Walgreens, and Midland Radio Corporation to host 2 severe weather awareness events. WALB's first alert weather team, along with our partners at Midland Radio, sold discounted radios and programmed radios during an event at Publix and a second event at Walgreens. Over 600 radios were sold and programmed. These radios will save lives in a weather emergency. A weather emergency came to the area in September 2017. Hurricane Irma passed through southwest Georgia, dumping rain and downing power lines, leaving thousands once again without power. WALB was there with up-to-the-minute reports, helping our viewers stay safe. WALB News went on the road, broadcasting live from many local festivals, including the Watermelon Festival in Cordele, the Daylily Festival in Adel, and the Fire Ant Festival in Ashburn. One event we are extremely proud of here at WALB is our military salute entitled Honoring Our Military Heroes. This tribute highlighting the men and women who selflessly serve our country and those who served our country and live on in our memories. Through our 60 years, farmers have depended on WALB for more than just early weather reports. For the last 30 years, WALB has broadcast live from the Sunbelt Agricultural Farm Expo. The Sunbelt Expo is the second biggest farming exposition in the country. This year, we produced a live 30-minute show in the afternoon for both ABC and NBC, plus a 30-minute show in the early morning called Sunrise at Sunbelt for our ABC channel. Sunrise at Sunbelt previewed the day's upcoming events. WALB produced these shows for all 3 days of the expo. WALB got into the holiday spirit this year by producing and televising Albany's Christmas Parade. This was the 27th anniversary of this beloved holiday tradition. Continuing the holiday spirit, WALB broadcast our 5:30 news live from Thomasville, Georgia, to help celebrate the 31st anniversary of the magical Victorian Christmas Festival. In addition, WALB broadcast live from downtown Moultrie, and our 5:30 news featured stories about Moultrie's Christmas traditions. Since this is the season of giving, WALB was pleased to host the Stuff the Truck Toy and Food Drive event this year. This event aids the local food banks in their fight against hunger and helps put a smile on the faces of deserving children on Christmas. WALB continued giving by kicking off a new event called Santa Paws. During this event, people dropped off food and toys for pets at the Albany Humane Society. The Humane Society was thrilled with the results. Speaking of our four-legged friends, WALB partnered with 8 area shelters for the nationwide Clear the Shelters pet adoption event. In our area, a total of 279 pets were able to find their forever homes. One of the achievements of 2017 that we are most proud of was organizing and hosting the 3rd annual Buddy Check 10K run. Hundreds of runners showed up, helping WALB raise over $10,000 for Horizons, a division of the Cancer Coalition of Southwest Georgia. WALB is honored to serve a community where neighbors help neighbors and South Georgians pull together as one. WALB is committed to Southwest Georgia, and no matter what lies ahead, WALB News 10 will be there tomorrow and for the next 64 years.